Hi, Mel Daniels here from Meld Business Services, and welcome to the very last video in the video series, Build Your Business with Confidence. I hope that you've enjoyed this series as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. I just want to have a big shout out and a big thank you to everyone who has participated in this video series. There's been some amazing experts, amazing videos, and also to everyone who has provided such fabulous feedback as well. So thank you very much. So today I'm going to be talking about creating content with ease. And yes, it can be done. So when I talk about creating content, I hear a lot of things out there that people are saying that it's really difficult for them to create content. And the first reason that I hear is that they just don't have the time. So finding the time to create the content when you've got a business to run and most likely a family as well, with all the roles and responsibilities that come with that. Trying to find time for actually creating your content is very, very difficult. So my suggestion is, if you're feeling this, that you're feeling like you don't have the time in your life to be able to create content, then perhaps you actually just need to put a system in place. So by a system, I don't necessarily mean a software system, although you can use that as a tool to help you systemize. A software tool like Asana or Trello, which is a project management type tool, or even just your calendar, so your Google or your Outlook calendar as well can help you in relation to this. But what I mean really when I say systemize is to get a process in place and make sure that you carve out the time in your busy work life to be able to actually create the content. So the second thing that I hear that creating content is so hard is because people are inconsistent, so they're not doing it on a regular basis. So once again, that comes back to the systemization side of things. Making sure that you actually allocate some time in your business life to actually be able to create the content. I also implore you to actually practice as well. So consistency just doesn't happen overnight. It requires constant practice to make sure that you do it consistently. And another thing just in relation to consistency is, I'll put a challenge out to you. Is it because you are inconsistent, or is it because that you have a mindset issue? So perhaps sometimes it might come down to things like not wanting to be visible, or fear of putting something out into the world for fear of ridicule or failure. So just have a look at your mindset and see if that's a reason why you think creating content is difficult in relation to consistency. So another difficulty that I hear in relation to creating content is that it's a little bit overwhelming because there's just so many platforms to choose from, so many places to put your content out in the world, and I totally agree with that. So not only can you put your blogs on your website, but there's also other places that you can share your blogs in terms of other platforms. There's also social media, and there's a whole range of social media platforms. So yes, it can be exceptionally overwhelming. So my answer to this is, have a think about where your ideal client is actually hanging out. So do they prefer Facebook? Do they prefer Instagram? Are they more Pinterest type people? So have a think about that and choose one platform and do it well. So if you're finding that it's all too much and it's all too overwhelming, then just choose that one platform and do it really well. Because just because a particular coach or a mentor says that you need to be on all of these platforms, you don't have to. You just choose one and do it really, really well. Now, the last thing I hear about creating content with ease is that people just don't know where to start. So they have too many ideas, or they might not have any ideas, and it just becomes, once again, totally overwhelming and they don't know where to start. So my answer to this is to create a focus for yourself in terms of theming or choosing topics for your business. So as an example, I actually use the various pillars of my business as a guide for what content I'm going to create in a particular month. So for me, as an example, that might be, one month might be blog writing, the next might be about email marketing, the next might be about social media or content creation. So all of those themes actually give me a guide as to what I can create in that particular month. I'd also suggest that theming can be used on a daily basis, especially with social media. So you might consider doing a particular thing on a particular day every single week. So as an example, in my content calendar, I have things like Monday is a motivational quote that I will share. Tuesday might be sharing someone's blog. Wednesday is sharing a tip of mine. Thursday might be sharing one of my own blogs, and Friday might be a funny or a meme that I can share with people. So actually creating a theme for each day can also help you in terms of your focus of what content to create. So I hope that's given you some ideas in terms of creating content and how you can overcome some of your difficulties. But I want to share something with you, and this is really, really important, is that the issue isn't that you need to create more content. The issue is you've got to make what you've got work harder for you. I'm going to let that sink in. You've got to make what you've got work harder for you. Okay, so how on earth do you do that? Well, I'm going to share one little secret with you, and that little secret is the blog. Yep, it is an amazing piece of content that you create, and if you only have time to create one piece of content, please make it a blog. So from one single 500-word blog, you can actually get, well, I get up to 15 pieces of content that I can create and share across my various social media platforms. So we're talking things like a graphic to share on Instagram about the actual blog. I share the blog on Facebook, on my own Facebook page, several times over a month, and then into the future as well. You can create tips from a blog. You can create quotes from yourself for a blog. All of those can be shared on both Instagram and Facebook as well. You can create several graphics for Pinterest as well from a particular blog, all of which will drive traffic to your own website where your blog actually sits. So you can actually make your content work harder for you by repurposing. Now, when you're going through scaling or building your business, this process can be quite difficult because you just don't have the time to do all of these different repurposing pieces. So that's when we think about whether it's time to outsource. So you can actually outsource, well, you could outsource the actual blog writing as well, but you can outsource the repurposing of a blog if you want to keep hold of writing the blog yourself. So get someone else to do the repurposing part of it, and then you will have time to do all of those things in your business that light you up. And that's why we started business in the first place, to do the things that we love, not to do the things that we don't enjoy or the things that don't necessarily create us any direct income. It's to do the things that light us up. So I hope you've got a bit out of this video today. Thank you so much for watching and for joining in. And before I go, I wanted to let you know about a fabulous offer that we've got for everyone who's been playing along, and that is the Ultimate Goodie Bag. So this will be a list of all of the resources, all of the freebies, all of the discounts and offers, and there's been quite a few, all in one place. And all you need to do is just drop your details in the link that I'm going to add to the notes to this particular video. So once again, thank you for joining me, and until next time, I'm looking forward to helping you love your business again.